everybody. Welcome back to Coffee and the Tea. Let me straighten my camera up a little bit. Okay, perfect. Thank you for stopping by and see what kind of tea I am spilling today. Of course, I have my coffee and it is delicious as usual. I hope you have your coffee. And before we get into spilling the tea that I have, which the tea is really, really good today. I must say, I'm serving some good tea today. Well, I'm spilling some good tea, I'll put it that way. But before we get into that, if you like my content, if you think that I am your jam, if you really, really like and enjoy when you stop by, that you enjoy yourself with the tea that I be spilling, please subscribe. Please subscribe. Don't be peeking in and not subscribing. Well, who does that? Subscribe, hit the notification bell, give me a thumbs up so I can try to fight off this algorithm that's trying to hold me down. So come on now. Come on now. If you keep peeping in, you know, subscribe. All right, let's get to the tea. We got some tea on Mr. Travis Scott. He seems to be spiraling here late. He is just spiraling. And we got some tea on Mr. Jonathan Majors, which is good news for him. We have some tea on Kendrick Lamar. His Juneteenth concert went really, really well. And we have a little tea on Kanye West and his wife. Whew. And Mr. Donald Sutherland, he passed away, famous actor. We'll talk just a little bit about him and get him his flowers. And of course, we're going to do two stupid people doing stupid stuff. Of course, we're going to do that because we do it every day. We do it every time. And we never run out of stupid people. Why would we not do stupid people doing stupid stuff? It's too many stupid people not to do it. All right, let's start with Mr. Travis Scott. And I found this in Variety.com. It said Travis Scott arrested for disorderly intoxication and trespassing in Miami. The sicko mode rapper, whose real name is Jacob Webster, was booked at the Turner Guilford Night Correctional Center at 4:35 a.m. Travis Scott was arrested on charges of disorderly intoxication and trespassing property in Miami on Thursday morning, according to the records obtained by Page Six. No, I got it on Page Six. Sorry about that. So you can find the full article on page6.com, okay? The sicko mode rapper, whose real name is, I went through that, is Jacob Webster, was booked, and that it tells that again. And police set Scott's bond at $650, which he submitted. The sources familiar with the case tell Page Six there was no physical altercation with anyone. It was a rowdy party, and Travis was already bailed out for the few $100s. He's already home. There will be no further action taken, as it was a minor incident akin to receiving a ticket with no injuries. Uh, what do I think? I think Travis is really going through something because if you think back, it hadn't been but a few weeks, if that, he got in an altercation, a physical fight with Cher's boyfriend AE, and it's something going on with him. There's something going on with him. He seems to be spiraling, but time will tell. But it's something going on with him. I mean, you have as much money as you got, and you are getting drunk and getting arrested. Come on now, that's not right. And then you in another country in an altercation. It tells me he is wilding out for some reason because his name has been in the news twice for negative behavior in the past few weeks. Something is going on with him. Do I know what it is? No, but it's something going on with him, and we'll just have to keep an eye on him. But I wish him well. I hope he's able to pull it back in the middle of the road, because he is taking a left for some reason. Okay, he's taking a left. I don't know what is making him unstable, but he's taking a left. And I can tell you one thing. Here's a picture. Here's his mugshot. He's a cutie to me. I love a chocolate man. Yes, indeedy. Um, he's a cutie. You know what? They say it's no such thing as ugly. It's just poor. They say if you're poor, that's when you ugly. But if you get some money, you know what I'm saying? You upgrade. And this is true with Mr. Scott. I remember when he first came out, he looked like a cockroach. I'm sorry, but he did. But now that skin is popping. He is a cutie. He is a cutie. Money has a way of doing that to you, doing that for you. Just a little commentary. All right, moving on. Let's talk about Kanye and his wife. You know what? They give Britney Spears such a hard time with her post that she puts on X, formerly known as Twitter, or her Instagram, where she's changing clothes or doing, her little dance or something like that. And they really, really be on her neck about stuff like that. She has a mental health diagnosis. And she recently, and I did a video, go back and look at that video. I did a video of her about her. They were saying that she was getting sick because she had this boyfriend who used to be their gardener. Hold on a minute. Excuse me. Let me get a little coffee. She was dating a guy that used to be her gardener, and they were in a hotel, and they were having a fight. She was in the hall yelling. And in that video, I said, um, when you get a mental health diagnosis, especially a woman, you get a mental health diagnosis, everything you do, they contributed to that diagnosis. You're not able to have the normal emotions that everybody else have. You can't get mad with your boyfriend and be yelling at him in the hallway because it has to have to do with your diagnosis. But yet and still, look at this. Kanye walking around with his sex slave of a wife, and nobody says nothing. Nobody says nothing to him. Why they so hard on Britney? This right here is the craziest mess I ever saw in my life. Look at this again. And to me, she looked like someone who is in the throes of a sex traffic. Um, she looks like she's trying to blink and tell somebody to help her. He always got her naked. He always got her, he was disrespecting her in Venice. You know what I'm saying? Performing a sex act on him in the canal on a boat. But yet and still, nobody questions his, sanity. Nobody said that he's spiraling. You telling me walking around looking like this? They want to call him a genius. But Brittany is somehow needs to be on a 72-hour hold. Come on now. This right here is not normal. Look at, I got to do it again. I'm gonna do a close up of her. Hold on. Her, look at her face. Look at her face. Tell me that is not the face of somebody who is being, I'm saying allegedly sex trafficked. She looks totally, I mean, I can't explain it, but she does not look like someone's wife. And he walking around with his head all covered up. Kanye have not been normal since his mama died. Because if his mama was alive right now, she would make him take that mess off and start acting like you got some sense. That's what a mama would say. You know, get that junk off your head and start acting like you got some sense. But he don't have anybody in his life that has the stature of his mama for him to respect, if they would tell him that. I think his grandmother is passed also. But see, it needs to be have the gravitas of a mother to be able to tell him to get that junk off your head. What are you walking around looking like a albino ninja? And you got a woman who looked like you just got her out of the back of a van from a sex trafficker who just crossed the border with her. She has that same look in her eye. Come on now. Let's leave Brittany alone. If you ain't gonna say anything about, if we're not gonna say anything about Kanye, we need to go shh on Brittany. Okay? Because if I had to choose between the two, who is the most sane, I would have to go with Brittany. I would have to go with Brittany. Because this right here is completely insane. And look, on a boob, she just got tape. She don't have a bra on. He probably told her not to put a bra on. She looks like all she does is what he says. Moving on, moving on. Let's talk about Mr. Jonathan Majors. Love him, love him, love him. Let me find my I have so much on my tablet. Okay, Jonathan Major lands his first post conviction role in revenge thriller Merciless. Let me read that again. My tongue got tied up. Jonathan Majors land first post conviction role in revenge thriller Merciless. I have a problem with that whole. And I found it on HollywoodReporter.com. You can find the whole article there. And I also found the picture of Kanye West. I found that on page6.com. So you can go there and read the article. I wasn't even interested in the article, to be honest. I didn't even read the article. I was more interested in him walking around like an albino ninja. And that woman looked just like she just fell off the truck of a sex trafficking um, ring. He went in there and just picked her out. That's what I was interested in. Moving on, like I said about Mr. Jonathan Majors, you know what? Like in my past videos, I covered Jonathan Majors. He's getting an award for perseverance, and by Hollywood Unlocked. And I did a story on that because I thought that was such a good thing. I am becoming a Jonathan Majors supporter. And I must say, and like I said in the other video, you can go and watch. At first, I was not so much because I tend to want to believe the victim and the woman. But we have to understand that sometimes women lie, but videotapes don't. And when they released that videotape of Jonathan and that woman, him running away from her going to the bar and having a good time afterwards, and then realizing the next morning that he wasn't there and he wasn't coming home, she called the police. And the dirt that Alvin Bragg did him, they did him dirty by even bringing that case to in the first place and not allowing him to file charges against her. Clearly, when the Uber driver said that he felt that it was her attacking him, but somehow he didn't look in the rearview mirror to see who was hitting who. I digress. That's when I became a Jonathan Major supporter. That's when I became a Jonathan Major supporter. And so I am so glad that he is getting a second opportunity because I said that in my video that I hope that he has a second chance at his career and how dirty I felt that that woman was to try to, just because he didn't want her, to drag him to hell and take his career with her. So it turns out that he might be getting a new I getting a second chance. And I love this for him. Look at him. Oh, I love Jonathan. I love him. And him and Megan Good is such a cute couple. And he's so attentive to her. He seems like he loves her so much. He really takes care of her. And I love that. So let's read a little bit of it and then we'll move on, okay? I told you what the title was. It said Jonathan Majors had landed his first film role following his much publicized trial and misdemeanor conviction. And you know what? It was like a third degree type thing. They gave him the lowest that they could do. Alvin Bragg, why did you even bring that? I don't even know why he would do that. He did a good thing by prosecuting Trump. But this right here is Mickey Mouse stuff. Anyway, the actor will star in the supernatural revenge thriller Merciless from filmmaker Martin. I can't really pronounce his name. I'm going to say Valinas. But you can go on Hollywood uh, Reporter and um, read the whole article. Because these names, I'm sorry. Now, this is one thing I'm going to tell y'all ahead of time. All these different names, when I was coming up, your name was Smith, your name was Jones, your name was Sanderson, your name was, it was not all these names that is hard to pronounce. So you're gonna have to give me some grace on that one, okay? So go to Hollywood Reporter if you're curious about the name of the filmmaker, okay? The story which is set in the fall, the story which is set for the fall shoot centers on an FBI interrogator who is forced to defeat a malevolent, uh, malevolent force that has overtaken the woman he loves. Frank Hanna penned the screenplay. Okay. And then it goes into all the different ins and outs. This is Hollywood Reporter, so they go into all the ins and outs. And then they go back into talking about he was found guilty on one count of misdemeanor third degree assault and one count of second degree harassment. I mean, come on now. Why are you mentioning that? Anyway, all I can say to that is, Jonathan, good luck. I am so glad that you are getting a second chance. You go and reclaim your life. Learn, you know, this has been something you've gone through, and you learn your lesson and you move on. And my call is to the Hollywood community to stop with this. Everything you say about him, you have to put those charges in there or those convictions in there, because that is on the same level as going, he jaywalked. He was convicted of jaywalking, because that third degree harassment, that is something, if you having an argument with somebody. This is ridiculous. Anyway, moving on. Okay, we're going to talk about Mr. Kendrick Lamar really quick. He had a concert Juneteenth, and he had a load of people that came in that did cameos for him, and he had a load of stars at the concert also. Let me see if I here we go. Kendrick Lamar. I found this on page6.com. It said Kendrick Lamar performs Drake diss track "Not Like Us" 5 times at the star-studded Juneteenth concert. He is not gonna take his foot off of Drake's neck, is he? He is not. And you know what? I hate to say it. I hate to say it, but I I kind of like it because I don't like Drake. I don't like him. And he called Drake a lot of stuff in there. He did. He absolutely eviscerated Drake in their beef. He sure did. Their battle. And said he performed it 5 times. If that is not some shady mess, I don't know what is. He said, I know I won, but I'm going to do you like a puppy who has messed on the carpet. I'm going to rub your nose in it. And that's what he was doing. He was treating him like a puppy you trying to potty train. When they TT on the rug, rub their nose in it. Say, no, 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 no. And you know what? Drake has been really, really quiet after he had to take that butt whipping from Kendrick. He been so quiet. He been on hush mode. I saw him. He posted a Father's Day post of him, his son, and his father. I guess he wanted to remind us that he is half black. Cause he definitely had I don't know where his dad was, but Drake went and found his dad and put him on his post. Say, hey, hold up now, hold up now. Cause Kendrick Lamar came out with you like you, and it's more than that. He's Canadian. Drake is Canadian. He don't know anything about the African American struggle, the foundational African American struggle. We are the foundational Black people. Kendrick Lamar comes from the foundational Black people that built this place. And when he say you're not like us, he means that. He means it. And I'm feeling it. I am. I am. I think Drake got a little too big for his boots, as they say in the UK. And Kendrick had to remind him, hold up, buddy, hold up. We allowed you to be a part of the culture. You're not of the culture, if you know what I mean. But they said it was a lot of people there, like, oh, let's see who all they said was there. They said there was a lot of different people there. LeBron James was there. I remember, oh yeah, LeBron James, Westbrook was there, James Harding was there, Tyler was there. Well, no, Tyler was on the was performing. And she is from South Africa, and she made a little blip not long ago, and people had to let her know, you know, all skin folk ain't kin folk. And let's see who else was there. I mean, they are just. I was looking at some of the posts on X where they roasted Drake. Drake was just roasted. Kendrick Lamar now, and it ain't like he lying. But I tell you, like I said, Drake went and found his daddy. He sure did. Usually, you always have pictures of Drake with his mom. Anytime he's going to like a award show or something like that, it's his mom, his mom, his mom. But after Kendrick's got through, putting him in that chokehold, telling him he's not like us, Drake went and found his daddy, his black daddy, his black daddy. He sure did. All right, y'all, let's move on. I just wanted to say something about Donald Sutherland. He recently passed. Let me see. I know I have a picture of him. Here he is. Hold on. Donald Sutherland. Yeah. Can you see him? Yeah, he passed, and he was in so many movies, but the one that I really uh remember him for is The Hunger Games. The Hunger Games. Yeah. And it's just sad. It seems like we're losing a lot of our, well, it's life though, isn't it, really? But I just wanted to say RIP to Donald Sutherland. And let's see if I covered everything I wanted to cover. I think I did. So now it's time for our segment, Stupid People That Does Stupid Stuff. And we have a doozy today, of course. We always do. It's an endless plot, an endless supply of stupid people. And it just goes on and on and on, like hot butter on popcorn when it comes to stupidity. Let me find my okay, here we are. Here's our stupid guy for today. Here he is. Accused man of raping a 13-year-old is beaten up by the community members who recognize him from the wanted poster. He was stupid for going home. He didn't know who he was dealing with. He really thought he was going to be able to do all of what he did and his community wasn't going to deal with him. I saw a lot of clips. I went online and I saw a lot of clips of the cops the cops, the head cop in New York. He got up to the podium and thanked the community for whooping his ass, for whooping this man's ass for real. He was saying, the community handled that. And you can't really blame them. You don't want somebody like that living among you who felt that they could do that to a child. But let's read on, okay? The man allegedly held up two 13-year-olds with a machete knife, gagged and tied them with shoelaces before sexually assaulting one and recording the incident. Stupid. Stupid. It's no stupider criminal is the one that record themselves actually doing the crime. So stupid. Then the community members spotted the suspect. Everybody just started beating on him. Disturbing new details about a man alleged attack on a pair of 13-year-old New York teens have been revealed after the community members who recognized him from social media beat him up and conducted a citizen arrest. And you know what? You can go online. I went online and you can plug this into Google, and the video of them tearing him up is on there. I mean, they tore him up. And I just love that for him. I do. During his arraignment on Wednesday, prosecutors said Iga he admitted to the crime on video, adding that he has a drug problem. The criminal complaint via CBS also details his account of what happened, with Ignia telling authorities he told the two teens, one male and one female, to shut up before tying them together with shoelaces. He then took their cell phones, cut off their clothes with what had been described as a machete-like knife, and sexually assaulted the little girl. And you tell me he didn't deserve that ass whooping he got? Oh yes, he did. Oh yes, he did. I wish I was there to put a foot in there too. So good for them. Good for them. I love that for them. The only thing is, he is an illegal immigrant. He came across the southern border. And Republicans are probably going to use this well on this. I'm surprised I hadn't saw several people talking about it. But it's like this. Yes, this man is an illegal immigrant, but how many people who were born here who have sexually assaulted a young girl? For example, that pastor, what is his name? He has just had to step down from his church. What is his name? Mm, what is his name? Robert Morris of the Gateway Church. He's not an illegal alien. I mean, an illegal immigrant. He assaulted a 12-year-old. So, but that's the Republicans' playbook. That's what they do. But all I can say is I love the fact that the community came together just to whoop his ass. I do. And I just love that for him. And they say once he is prosecuted and he served his time, they gonna take his ass and put it on a plane and send him back where he came from. And that's exactly what they need to do. That is justice. That is the American way, and I love it. All right, everybody. So glad you decided to come by and see what kind of tea I was spilling today. And I think I spilled some good tea. I really did. And it was a lot of tea. It's a lot of tea out there. I wanted to touch on Kenya and all that, but maybe tomorrow. I just didn't want to. I didn't want this video to go so long. But listen, if you like my content, if you think I'm your jam, subscribe and hit the notification bell so you can be reminded when I upload, and give me a thumbs up so I can fight the algorithm. And I'm gonna keep saying that until y'all subscribe. If you tired of me saying it, subscribe. All right. Bye, y'all.